City of Ekurhuleni is to be decided at the council meeting today. The DA is expected to table the motion of no confidence in Masina during the sitting of council in Germiston, east of Johannesburg. Now, the DA says it brought the motion because of corruption and service delivery challenges in the municipality. Now, for more on the story, we cross live to our reporter Chriselda Lewis. Chriselda, a very good morning to you. What can we expect today?
Well, ahead of that debate on a motion of no confidence into the Ekurhuleni Mayor Mzwandile Masina, the DA and the ANC have come face to face here in Germiston. You would know that this is the first motion of no confidence that Mzwandile Masina is facing since he became mayor more than 2 years ago. The DA would table the motion of basically saying that Masina has failed in his mandate to provide basic services as well as good governance in Ekurhuleni. You'd know that if Mzwandile Masina is to survive this motion of no confidence, of course all the ANC councillors as well as their coalition partner, the African Independent Congress, 4 of those councillors would need to vote against this motion of no confidence. In a press conference yesterday, Masina indicating that the DA's ploy is nothing but frivolous and basically all emanates from a motion that was tabled regarding the expropriation of land without compensation. Let me join Chriselda now, who's here with the DA, the spokesperson for basic services. You brought this motion, Mr. Ghana. What are your aspirations for today, and do you think that the DA has managed to woo the smaller political parties to side with you?
Today, the bottom line is that we want Mzwandile Masina to go as the mayor of Ekurhuleni. He has failed to deliver services to the people of Ekurhuleni. I know he calls this a frivolous motion. If he was delivering services, there wouldn't be a motion, because our interest is the services that are delivered to the people. So we don't care who does it. But Mzwandile Masina has failed, and that's why we want him to go as the mayor of Ekurhuleni. And we have mobilized other parties in council to support us. The reason you saw the premier racing up here is because he knows that even within the ANC caucus, there are councillors who say no, Mzwandile has failed in Ekurhuleni, and they also want him to go. That's why he had to leave other things to come and try to address the caucus before the council meeting. So because he knows, even the ANC themselves, I mean, you can go to Tembisa, you can go to Katlehong, you can go to Fosloras. The people of Ekurhuleni are tired of the empty promises that Mzwandile.
But what basic services are you talking about? One of the key issues that you mentioned is lack of basic services as well as failure to provide good governance. Speak to us about what these lack of basic services are that you're referring to.
So one of the issues, the big issues that we have here in Ekurhuleni, especially in the township areas, is the refuse collection. It's also the informal settlement upgrades. You know, every metro government gets a grant from national government to upgrade the informal settlements in Ekurhuleni. That hasn't been happening. The number of projects that should be happening in Tembisa, in Fosloras, in Tokoza haven't been happening. And one of the other issues that has been happening is the issue of the environmental issues, you know, with regard to the water infrastructure and water and sanitation in Ekurhuleni. And that's one of the issues that the municipality is tasked with doing. So Mzwandile Masina has failed in the last 2 years to make sure that those services are delivered to the people of Ekurhuleni.
With what we've seen happen throughout the country in terms of the metros and what the Democratic Alliance has managed to do, are you hopeful today that what you have tried to garner behind the scenes will see the removal of Mzwandile Masina as mayor today?
We are very confident. You know, we've been speaking to other political parties in here who have been warming up to the idea that Mzwandile Masina has failed, and this is something that democracy has brought to us, that if as a politician, as a mayor, you fail to deliver services, then we are empowered to remove you. So we are confident, you know.
And if you fail?
If we fail, then we'll have to continue to mobilize on the ground. Because at the end of the day, our interest is to ensure that services are delivered to the people at all the times.
Thank you very much, Chriselda, who's with the Democratic Alliance, spokesperson for basic services. Let me join our Colin Malachi, who's the Ekurhuleni chairperson of the ANC Youth League. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Malachi. Obviously, today you said that you're going to be here to defend the mayor of Ekurhuleni.
Yes, we are here to not only to defend the mayor of Ekurhuleni, but to defend African National Congress. Because one is that we know very well that the ANC-led government in every way has performed, especially in Ekurhuleni. There's mega projects that are in place to resolve the issue of informal settlements. As you can see, even the whole of Ekurhuleni is under renovation. We're building a city here, a metropolitan city that's going to be integrated, and a lot of jobs are going to be created. We're busy fixing the industries in the area, and we're doing a lot of work. But the DA must speak the truth. The main reason that they are here to march is because of the issue of the land. We have touched a very sensitive nerve. They know very well that their main funders are the ones that are owning the land, sitting somewhere in London. Now, when you speak the issue of the land, they get affected and they get funded to come and raise many other issues, and end up going as far as even renting a crowd here to come and assist them to defend the land that has been stolen many years ago. And we know very well the first beneficiaries after we take this land are going to be these ones that are marching here in TA. Because these are our black brothers and sisters who have been mobilized because of this of poverty that we are addressing as the ANC. And part of the main issues that we are going to deal with after we take the land is to make sure that human settlements become the first priority. Because we agree as the ANC that it's long overdue. Our people who are staying in informal settlements must be placed correctly, because that is giving them dignity. And the ANC, as an organization of the people, will always take the people's side. There is no way that we'll leave the land that is owned by one person, the land that must benefit over a lot of people, including these ones of DA, is left unattended. No one is using it, sitting somewhere in London watching it on the map, while our people are squeezed like sardines in informal settlement. The ANC as a caring organization cannot do such.
But are you not concerned? We know that in the run-up to this debate on a motion of no confidence, one of the key players in all of this is the African Independent Congress, the AIC. And of course, the mayor would need all his ANC councillors, as well as the 4 of the AIC, to vote against this motion of no confidence. The AIC has previously said if the ANC does not continue or make good on its promise on the issue of Matatiele, they will punish the ANC in this particular area. Are you not concerned perhaps that the DA could have used that as well, given the fact that Ghana is saying that they feel confident about what they're doing here today?
Let me start with the ANC. The ANC is a very united organization. There is no council of the ANC that will vote against the ANC, because in the ANC, we don't take people from the streets and make them councillors. We take people through political education and training. It's an organization that is led by selfless people. Now, everyone who's here is not about Mzwandile Masina, it's about African National Congress. And councillors of the ANC know it very well. That it's very important that they defend African National Congress. When it comes to the collusion, we have a very healthy collusion. We engage our collusion. We will not always agree. That's why we have collusion summits where we engage on issues that affect them, because every member of the collusion have got their own constituency. And now and again, their own constituency must be serviced. And if they feel that their own constituency is not serviced enough, they'll come to the ANC and raise many other issues. And we know very well that the media is always playing to the gallery, trying their level best to collapse all liberation movements in Africa. And if you know very well that the ANC is the oldest liberation movement in Africa, and that scares them very well. And even the debate that we are raising on land and the economy, because it's about time that the economy goes into the hands of the majority. And I have got a very soft but strong message to the DA, that from their formation and their history, it's a history of minority people that want to lead majority. Now we are saying that as the ANC, that we are given confidence by the people to govern, and they must allow the people to be led by the organization that they've chosen. We cannot be led by a minority when we are a majority in a democratic country like South Africa.
Colin Malachi, who is the chairperson of the ANC Youth League here in Ekurhuleni, thank you very much for your time. Well, the countdown, of course, to that debate, it starts at 10 o'clock here in Germiston, the debate of a motion of no confidence into the Ekurhuleni Mayor Mzwandile Masina. But I guess kingmaker in all of that, since the African Independent Congress had managed to assist the ANC to govern this particular metro, the AIC will, of course, play a critical role here. But we did see over the past couple of days the AIC saying it's expecting its members to toe the line and vote against this motion of no confidence in Mzwandile Masina. But certainly all will boil down to what happens inside this debate at 10 o'clock this morning.
Chriselda Lewis live for us in Germiston. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting.